If you guys are ready for some more outdoor DIY ideas, make sure you guys keep on watching. What's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new here, welcome. My name is Araceli and this is Araceli Chan DIY. In this channel, you're gonna find tons of DIY inspiration, whether it be Dollar Tree hacks, Dollar Tree home decor, DIYs, all that good stuff, and it's always gonna be on a budget. So if you guys are into that, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you're notified every time I upload a video. So I've mentioned before that I try to create unique stuff that you may not have seen in other channels. Other times you might see something that's similar. But for the most part, I do try to use a lot of Dollar Tree supplies. When I don't, I do try to keep it budget friendly still by going to the thrift store or literally just shopping around in my craft stockpile. I have some really cool DIYs for you today, so let's go ahead and jump right in. I've gone to Goodwill several times trying to find a basket, like a wicker basket. Everything I find is kind of like flat or it's just not nice. And I realized I have this wire basket. I think this is gonna have to do if I want to make this super budget friendly. And you can go to Dollar Tree as well. They have a lot of wire baskets, not quite like this, but you get the idea. I'm gonna take the top off of the bulb. I'm gonna take a good amount of hot glue to glue it on. It's literally like it aligns right on, like perfectly. Just put the wire right into the bulb. I'm gonna put that top back onto the hole. This fits perfectly, that's crazy. So just stuff it right in there. And one of them, I'm gonna lift one of the little flaps up so that the cable kind of goes through. And I'm gonna put this back in there. That way the bulb doesn't fall off if like the glue doesn't withstand. Okay, so I'm gonna add a good amount of hot glue here. And I'm gonna flip this. So I'm gonna make sure that the top is gonna be up here so you can take the screw off and then replace the batteries. Okay, I'm gonna make this a little less obvious by painting it black. There we go. All right, after hanging it outside, I actually decided to take off the little silver piece at the top and I'm gonna add it too, just because I want it to be a little bit more bright. As far as the hot glue goes and being outside and it's hot and humid, for the most part, I only use hot glue because I recycle a lot of my stuff. Like imagine if I kept everything that I made, right? So for the purpose of the video, I really only use hot glue, but you're welcome to use like E6000 glue in combination or combined with the hot glue, E6000, crazy glue, what have you. And then I'll glue these like that, and that way it looks just a little bit more flush, because when I had that silver piece right there, it was sticking up and I didn't like how that looked. All right, I like this, but it's a planter, but you could literally flip it upside down and it can become a lantern or like a lampshade. To be honest, I just hit a complete blank from our project, so I'm literally just gonna take stuff that I already have in my house. One of the cool things about doing DIYs is that you don't always have to go to the stores to shop for more stuff. Like I took trips to the store that I didn't have to take because I already had some of the stuff here that I didn't realize. I literally could have just brought out my little list and checked to see what I had before I went to the store. Anyway, long story short, you're probably gonna see this one at the beginning of the video rather than at the end, but this is like the very last idea that I had. So I'm gonna go shop my stockpile and see what I come up with. Okay, I rummaged through all my greenery, like all of this. And this I purchased at Goodwill. There's 2 big stems like this. I don't remember exactly how much it was. And then we're gonna come back here. Look, I have my rack from Hobby Lobby. Let's see back here. I found this basket. I don't remember what this basket was from. Okay, so remember that first DIY with the basket saying that's all I could find? Well, I should have looked closer because this would have been the perfect basket for the lantern, but now we're gonna use it for this one. Okay, then I'm gonna use 2 of these small hooks. Although I don't think I wanna make big old holes on the paneling, so I think I am just gonna be using some thumbtacks here. Dude, I was wrong. There's 3 of them. I almost think that one's gonna be enough. But let's go ahead and take 2 out there and see what it does. I'm gonna glue some of these wooden blocks together, and I'm gonna make some that are taller than the other. So we'll do that and that. Okay, we're also gonna take some thumbtacks. Okay, now I'm gonna take my lid off of here. Believe it or not, I didn't realize that this came off until I got home. I'm like, how am I gonna do this? I'll figure it out. Gotta keep checking, making sure that it's gonna be more or less centered. This one is really messy. All right, you know what? Before I continue to put this in there, I'm gonna make sure that I get the candle on top. That should be fine. You could also melt some wax and then kind of put it on the thumbtack and put it in, or you can use some hot glue. I think every time I use hot glue, it sort of melts on me. Well, duh, right? Okay, that should be nice and steady. And then I'm gonna fill up the rest. I'm just gonna try to cover up the wooden blocks as best as I can. Okay, I think I might have a tiny bit of an issue getting this all the way down. So I'm gonna get the tiniest bit of hot glue to the corners to make sure it stays down. This is really making me mad. So I don't know if my candles kind of warped a little bit, because if I look at them from one direction, they're like super straight. And then when I look at it from a different direction, they're so crooked. So I don't know if I just have to kind of put it in there better with like the thumbtack or what. Well, that's the issue I came across. Okay, now I'm just gonna take my little stems here and cut them. If it's a little bit wobbly, you can just stick some of the stems into the hole where the candle is. That way it keeps it a little bit more steady. With anything that has a flame and stuff like this, it's up to your own discretion on whether you're gonna light it or not. I will for the sake of the video so you guys can see what it looks like. Otherwise it could just be for looks. Most decor is just for looks. I'm gonna be reusing this little piece that I created a couple videos ago that I totally messed up. Well, this one's not super messed up, but the other one was a disaster. I always do this to myself. I want to make the set, but I only have the one. So I'm gonna put these together like this. I'll be using my hot glue. This is for wood. To make sure that this is not gonna fall apart on me, I'm gonna put a few popsicle sticks on the back. If you don't have anything to hang it from the back, here's a really cool hack. So you're gonna take a thumbtack and a paper clip. I already marked my spot right here. I'm gonna loop the smaller side of the paper clip right onto the thumbtack, and then I'm gonna add a little bit of hot glue and then just push it in there. And now you can hang it. Now I'm gonna take that brown paint and just put a little bit on a tray here. I'm gonna dilute it a little bit with a wet paintbrush. And you guys know I love my paper towel or my baby wipe trick. So I'm just gonna take that and kind of rub it all over to create that stain effect. Yeah, I only have one of these this size, so let's go ahead and take the tag off. And then in my stockpile, I did find one of these brackets here that I'm going to screw onto the board. I'm pretty good at eyeballing stuff, I think. I'm gonna use a little bit of black paint to cover the screw. And I always tell you guys, if you want to use E6000 glue or hot glue or whatever, you guys feel free to do that. I try to reuse all my stuff, so I won't be doing that. Piece of wood in my stockpile. It has quite a bit of cobwebs on it. It's really dirty. Okay, so a nice solid piece of wood. And before I do anything, let's see. I think this will be the bottom and this will be the top. I actually found this one in my stockpile after I went to Dollar Tree and I found some of these baskets. And now that I'm looking at this a little bit better, I wish I would have got the black baskets. If I would have got the black baskets, I probably would have done the wood like a dark brown. But since we have the gold baskets, I'm probably gonna do like a black stain on it. So we have these, and let me see here. Okay, so now that I have these two set, I'm going to arrange these other ones. I literally just eyeball. I don't really care if they're like perfectly perfect or not. We're gonna eyeball it and we're gonna be good. That was pretty close. Work it. I'm gonna take some wood pieces and put them underneath. That way I don't drill through my table. I'm gonna use one of these, and I don't know what these are called. If somebody knows what these are called, let me know. There we go. Okay, and then literally centering it. Am I gonna have issues with this? This is not going as smoothly as I thought. I don't want to break my drill. Okay, so this is exactly what I want right here. And then when you flip it, there's just the tiniest hole on the other side. When I tell you guys I'm indecisive, it's not even a joke. So I took a little break to eat some dinner, came back, and I changed my mind on what I want to do with this one. So I think instead of painting it or staining it like I intended to, I think I'm just gonna paint the sides. And then I bought these a while back, the peel and stick wallpaper from Dollar Tree, and I think it is so pretty. So I think that this is gonna be, I'm gonna use this, okay? If I don't like it, I can take it off and then paint it, but we're gonna go with this just because I want it to be a little bit prettier, I guess. We'll see. We're gonna play around with it. Hopefully I don't change my mind again. I'm getting it as close as possible, but I mean, it's gonna be up above, so it's not gonna be like super obvious, unless you like inspect it. This would actually make some really pretty wall art too. Look how pretty that is. Okay, so now my next thing is, I'm gonna take an X-Acto knife and then I'm just gonna try to find those holes that I made earlier, and I'm gonna cut them right out. That way I can put my bulb in there. Okay, so I do have 4 of these large clear ornaments from Dollar Tree, and I also have a few more string lights. Now here's the thing, once you add it all up, it adds up, right? But honestly, let's see, these lights I have from when they were $1. I think these were like $1, and then you start adding up the 125. What you could do is get some different lights from Dollar Tree. So like right now I did find these little gold lights that already have the bulb, they already have the battery, they already have the lights inside of them. So it's, instead of spending $250 for this, and you can spend a $125 for that one, or I don't know, find like LED light bulbs. You know, what do I always say? I bring the ideas and you take it from there. Okay, so I'm gonna take these pliers and I'm going to cut that center piece. So right here, you'll see there's 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna do the one right in the middle. Just like that. Okay, I am gonna put the tiniest bit of hot glue right here. And I don't wanna put too much just because the vinyl or the peel and stick wallpaper or whatever, I don't want it to come off. So I'm gonna put just like a little strip of it here. Wait for it to cool down a second. Oops, sorry, like right around there. And then I'll go ahead and place it right there. And again, there's not really any need to put hot glue here because I can literally just twist that right into the hole. I don't want to do it too hard because I don't want to break it. but it's not going anywhere. And so that hole that we did earlier, we're just gonna stuff it right in there and then just try to go all the way down. I should have cleaned this better because now as I'm putting the light through, some of that sawdust is getting in there and it caught a little bit of that red paint from that drilling tool. And so as I'm putting it in there, I'm seeing it fall into the bulb. I tried shaking it out, but it's not working, and I don't really feel like unscrewing everything and then doing it again, so I'm just gonna leave it. So it'll have to... And just add a little bit of hot glue to the back and then glue it down. Okay, I am gonna paint it just to camouflage it a little bit more. Okay, so I dug up this long chain. I don't even know where it's from. It does have the hook and I don't know. Anyway, I got this chain. You can also use the planter hangers from Dollar Tree. And then of course I'm gonna use a couple of these hooks, and I'm gonna make sure to use one of these hook ones, not these, because I need to attach the links. So this is gonna be hung up, but it's not gonna be so high that I can't reach it to turn on the light. And again, if you can find some LED lights or like bulbs like that you can attach, where maybe like Amazon has some that are like remote controlled or whatever, that works too, but for now, this is it. Okay, now I think I have a couple pieces on this chain. Let's see. If you guys enjoyed this video, I know you love this one too, so make sure you guys check it out before you go. And if you did enjoy this video, make sure you guys leave me a thumbs up, leave me any comments or questions down below, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye!